Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Nathan and this is Sue Shrimp Breeders. Now I haven't done a video in a little while because things have been rough just like they have been for everybody else in the world, so I'm not going to get into further details about that, but I'm going to do my best this year to put out as many videos as I can. I have not done a lot of things to my shrimp room, so I decided to do a video on just some of the things that I have to do around my shrimp room, and this one is going to be on my 75-gallon crystal red shrimp tank, which I did a video on. I think it was the last video that I did. There is another tank that I'm going to be going over in this video, and that's going to come towards the end, and that is a tank that I have not gone over yet, and it's one of my favorite tanks. One of my goals this year is to just try to make as many videos as I can about the things that I love the most. And what that means is this next tank I'm going to be going over is probably one of my, I guess, most anticipated tanks that I've had. I've threw in all of my really pretty females that, which I consider pretty, and I threw in a lot of my high-end males. And so what comes after that, I had no idea. I had some expectations, but really nothing like this. If I was to suggest anything out there, if you're into shrimp keeping, watch some of my old videos. I have done quite a few on how to keep shrimp. So if you're struggling, if you go back through my channel, you'll probably find something to do with what you're struggling with. But if you can't find the video that you're looking for, please leave a comment below. And like I said, I will try to get back to you within 24 hours. This tank has about 500 to 1,000 crystal red shrimp. It is so big that it's really hard to tell exactly how many are in there. There's going to be a lot of videos to come on this tank. The only things that I add to my water are a little bit of my shrimp salts to bring my TDS up to a desired level of about 125. And I also like to add a little bit of prime water conditioner just in case there is a little bit or a hint of chlorine left in my water after it goes through my RO unit. In this tank, I have a bunch of Pintos mixed with some Taiwan bees. Most of these are called TiTiaBees because they are mixed with a tangerine tiger, and it's really hard to tell the difference between a Taiwan bee and a TiTiaBee at this point because I've mixed them now so much. No matter what I have to call these shrimp, I think they are very pretty. It's the reason why sometimes I get up in the morning, I come down here and I have my coffee and I could just look at my shrimp for hours. This is where I really enjoy the hobby because now that I have all of these kinds of shrimp, I can sort of narrow down which ones I really want to keep and maybe set up a few smaller tanks and selectively breed these. If you enjoy shrimp and everything to do with shrimp keeping in general, be sure to hit that subscribe button because that is what this channel is all about. There are a pretty wide variety of shrimp in this tank. There are everything from blue bolts and red bolts to zebra pintos. I have galaxy pintos in here. And what I wanted to see from this tank is just what kind of offspring can I get from this. This is probably the first time I've done anything to this tank in, I want to say, about 3 months. Now I know in my previous videos I said to do water changes once a month, but this is just me being lazy. And as you can see, it didn't really cause that much harm to the tank. I do have a little bit of algae buildup, but everything is still breeding very good, and I'm not really noticing any deaths. Maybe not all of you can get away with the same kind of treatment as I gave this tank, but what I can tell you is that my plants probably did most all of my work. Any kind of ammonia that these shrimp were giving off, or any kind of the food decay that I was leaving in the tank, the plants usually eat that up and it helps them grow. There is one other mixed tank that I have like this, but this is one of my more unique tanks. It has some of the rarest shrimp that I have in my shrimp room. As always, I'm going to be feeding my shrimp some snowflake food just because it just brings all my shrimp out and I don't see them have to fight over this food. It's just one of my go-to foods for shrimp keeping. I do have a lot of other tanks in my room with these offspring that I've already started to take out. I do have a tank of blue bolts and blue steels with a few red steels in there too. I also have a tank of red King Kongs and black King Kongs. Now I haven't done a video on those either, but that is coming in the future. There are some pretty big things happening in my life coming in the next year. We are planning to sell this house that I'm in, and we are going to be buying a new house. This is probably going to be happening within the next 6 months or so. What that means for my shrimp room is I probably won't be setting up any more tanks or building any more racks of any kind, but I am going to be taking care of the ones that I have now. My hopes is that in my new house, I will find and dedicate one of my rooms in that house to my shrimp room to make it much more organized and easier to make videos. I really hope everybody out there is doing well. I do apologize for not doing as many videos as I really wanted to, but during these times, I can only do the best that I can do. And that's all I can ask of myself, and I really hope that everybody out there is doing well. It's a struggle for me, so I know it's got to be a struggle for everybody else. But, try to keep in there, keep shrimping, have a good day, and cheers.